was a teaser. Thank you, Rihanna. Okay, so there was a teaser about the Black Friday out on the Juice Plus US Partner Insights on Facebook. So I didn't see it, but they put a teaser out. So they said they wanted us to have the details first. So 10% off quad capsule orders, available now through 11:59 on November 27th. So that is next Monday, right? Yeah. Okay, so 10% off. The offer is only on juiceplus.com, my Juice Plus site. So you got to use the new site, or your customers go to juiceplus.com, your site. An email is going out to all partners tomorrow, which will include details and a link to a shareable flyer. So that should be out tomorrow. It does not include Healthy Start orders. They're already getting a discount with the free product. So if it's a Healthy Start order, they're getting that discount, right? But if they're not, and they start on the quad capsules, they are going to get 10% off. I've already seen this question asked, and I do not know the answer yet about the free perform. So if you're thinking about that, I saw somebody ask that. I haven't seen an answer yet, but maybe by the end I will. But I would think that they would, because that's part of the number. So my take is that still continues, but without seeing all of the shareable stuff, I'd say 99% that they're still going to get the free perform.
So what's 10%? Like $40?
42, 42, right? Because it's 420 for the quad.
Okay,
yeah. So $42 savings.
They've had that one before. They had that one last year. I don't know if it was same time of year, but I do remember in January, I think it was January, that they did a 10% off all quad orders.
Gosh, I don't remember that.
So yeah, I think so. And I can't remember, somewhere November, December, January, because I have actually one of my customers that was here to make seasonings, was one of those that added on. I think she had to add the berries in to get the quad, and it's been great. But you know what? She's kept up with the quad the whole year. So getting people that experience and them getting it used to, okay, just add it into the budget, and they get that experience. A lot of times they'll stick. So it's a good thing to take advantage of. All right, so I wasn't planning on starting with that, but it's perfect right out of the gate. You're welcome. Sure thing. It's a good question, and I'm glad that they threw it out tonight. So look tomorrow for the shareables on that, and then let's have some fun with this, because I know a lot of you are going for promotions. And if you were not on the mastermind call today, I know not everybody on the team is eligible for the peak mastermind call, but Jennifer really walked through the 511. She is going to do a training on that, but I highly suggest listening to the recording if you are trying to go for QSSC or anything above that, and even SC. We used to have this incentive for the company years ago. For people doing a 5-1, you got in the drawing for cash prizes. So nothing new. It's how Winnie Campbell's built her team, but it's also been the way a lot of people have really, if you look back, probably when you've been in activity or high momentum, you've probably been doing a 5-1 and maybe not completing the whole 5-1-1. And that's the important piece. So she walked through that with the numbers. Welcome, Priscilla. Welcome, Faith. But she is going to do that on I think it might be next Monday night Speak Team call, at least part of it. Okay. And then as far as events going, there is not a lot of events that I see this week, right, with Thanksgiving, but I know next Wednesday, the 29th, there's the men's call. And then the 30th here, we're doing another seasoning make and take, which was super fun. People had a great time with it. It is an easy event to do. Well, let me rephrase that. Kim Cook huge kudos to Kim Cook because she figured out how many spices to go buy and how to figure out the cost for that. So Kim did the hard work for it. But as far as the rest of like setting up the event, super fun, and had a good time with that.
Did you find your jars? I saw them sitting there.
You know what? I'll let Kim Cook in just a minute tell you
Okay,
quick about that event. Because there's one thing I want to show you before I turn over to Kim to train anyway, and then she can give a quick nutshell of that. But I'm going to share my screen because I was just talking to Kim, and some of you know I just put this out to the leaders. Years ago, we used to have presentation booklets. So let's say you just want to sit in your living room. We had books that would just kind of watch right through why do you need to eat fruits and vegetables, what Juice Plus is, how it works, right? Never had a leader's guide, but just great. So you can sit at a coffee shop and use it. You could do it as an in-home event, whatever, right? Well, Teresa Louisel in the field made some incredibly gorgeous books. And so I purchased a bunch this week. And if you want some, you need to let me know. I'm going to pull up my screen. I'll show you the online. We only have access to the hardcover books, but I'm going to give you a preview so you can see it. And then the presentation. So the way it is, she made a leader's guide. I don't have that online to show you, but and that's $15. And then the books are $7 each. If I have to mail it to you, might be a little bit more, but it's great because it's totally duplicatable. So let me share my screen. I'm really excited to show this to you.
or Tasha, if you want any, I'm going to Kansas City for Thanksgiving. I could bring them home.
Awesome.
Okay, so I'm just going to really quickly just scroll down this because it's not in a PowerPoint. So this is the cover of the book. They're beautiful. They're beautiful books.
Kim, are they 8x10 or 8x12 or something?
I think they are 8x8 or 8x8, 6x6, 8x8, something. They're smaller square books.
Okay, so they're not like a big piece of paper
No.
that size. Okay.
In fact, Teresa had this sitting on her coffee table at their cabin, and a friend came over and saw it, flipped through it on her own, without Teresa there, and said, Teresa, I want to order Juice Plus. And she walked herself through the book. So I was like, that's pretty cool. So it just goes through, are you aware? Goes through some of the issues, that we have going on. Conclusion, disease is easier to prevent than cure. Lifestyle habits are foundational to health and performance. Got to eat more fruits and veggies. Only 1 in 10 eat the recommended amount. So you can't have all 10 people in your room saying, oh, we all do. Nope, not the odds, right? What do experts recommend? So this pulls a lot. I love it because it pulls, like Mayo Clinic, unlimited servings of fruits and veggies. Here's the facts. It's easy to say I eat enough fruits and vegetables, but it's hard to actually eat a large enough quantity and variety every day for disease prevention. So it just takes people's excuses out right there, right? What's your greatest health challenge? So how I see this book is you could do this as a standalone event, right? And you could have lots of conversation here. If it's sometime where you need to be quicker, there's some places where you would go, okay, what's your biggest health challenge? Raise your hand. You could do this and make it different lengths of time for the presentation. Okay. And then introducing Juice Plus, healthy eating made simple. How's Juice Plus made? It's like having a salad bar in a capsule or a chewable, but it walks right through. And so it's perfect for new partners, right? They don't have to remember all this, but if you read this 20 times, you're going to have it in your brain, right? How Juice Plus works. And it, you can go to, they just shows they can go to see more research. Here's the 40 published. I like this. It's over 40 published studies, so it's not outdated right away. And then here's Dr. Du Bois' quote.
Oh,
I think this is a beautiful page. The Quad Daily Essentials. So it walks right through all 4 of them, right there with all the ingredients. Covers all that. Shakes and bars, so we get the healthy fast food. Soy-free option also available, so it's covering all of those right there. Perfect solution for adults, but what about younger generations? They need help too. So we get into our kids. Consequences of standard American diet. Healthy starts opportunity, bridges the gap. No other company offers a 2-for-1 opportunity for 21 years of a child's life. I'm like, you guys, we have just amazing stuff to share. Participants experience many health benefits, so it goes through those results. Affordability is the best part. So right there, they get that price. $375 for the quad a day. Come on, crazy. This is cool. Look at this quote. A total of 36 premium plant nutrients averages 10 cents per ingredient. These products do so much for so little. Teresa's actually, she's a communications major. So I think the book is really laid out well. I like that. It's like, it's 10 cents a day for an ingredient. You can't go get that stuff at the store for that. Goes through healthy fast food on the go. The only thing that's not in here is Tower Gardens. She might be doing a Tower Garden book, but so you would have to just add that in, which I wish was in here, but she is like, could only do so many pages. That's what she did. So
That's great.
and then it goes into interested in earning extra income to cover the cost while making an impact. Friends or family who would also benefit. The average person is over 200 people, many looking for a solution like Juice Plus. So it goes right. So they're going to get right up front. Here's how they can be an affiliate partner. Here's how the affiliate program works. Order 2 quads and 60 servings of shakes and earn $100 bonus in the first 10 days. Right? Help 3 others do the same. So you are painting that picture right there and you're just reading it. Not ready to earn cash back? No problem. Simply order today. So that's the book.
Wow.
Beautiful. I'm glad she included the business.
Yeah.
I'm glad you went through that because I had no idea what you were talking about.
I thought I was alone because I boxer dog. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I missed whatever previous boxer that you first mentioned it because I just thought maybe you were talking about some kind of like healthy living revolution type of something. That's what I assumed, having a missing information. So that's amazing. How much is it and how do I order?
I thought it was amazing too. So I ordered 100 presentation booklets and 20 leaders guides. And they got shipped out today. So Tasha and Andrew have already ordered theirs and paid me. So you can tell me how many you want. And then when they'll get here this week, and then I'll turn around, I'll have to ship yours to you, Rihanna.
But how much are they?
So the books are $7. So the presentation books that you would share out are $7 each, and the leader's guide is $15.
What's the difference?
The leader's guide is the same presentation book, but in there, and I haven't seen it, I just know what Leslie said, is that it tells you, okay, read this, okay, pass out the order forms here. Like it's giving you the notes of some other things to do because you need to pass out the order forms. You need to, do that. So,
Okay.
You only need 1 leader guide in the room, obviously. And all your guests are going to have their presentation.
All right,
Or you can shoot it. So
I'm
sure it gives you talking points,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would order a few more than just one of the books,
Leader's
other
guide.
than the leader guide, because if you're going to have like a little event, you at least have 3 or 4 guests there or something that maybe everyone would want one, or at least a couple people sharing. But I would order 1 presentation and at least 3 of the other, depending how often you do events, and I mean maybe even more. But
Don't you mean the other way around, Rihanna? I mean, what's your name?
We look so much alike, I know.
We
It's hard to
do.
keep us-
We look so much alike.
Ah,
Oh,
Betty Sue. No, one
Yeah.
leader for you.
yeah, that's what I said. I
Yeah,
thought you
and
said
then-
one presentation book.
Yeah, and then three,
Yeah.
more than one of the other books. So
Presentation
you
book.
have-
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be better, Priscilla.
Okay, one leader. 3. Okay, I'm checking the chat. Okay,
And
Priscilla.
Brianna, you might not need a leader book. Like, I think you would have no trouble, but it would be nice to have to train up your up and coming leaders, you know,
yeah.
to say, oh, all you do is borrow my book.
Yeah, no, I was definitely gonna get
Yeah.
at least one of the leader books, and then maybe a handful of the presentation books. So
Yeah, because how I see it is it's easy. You could sit at a coffee shop, and have that in your purse. Yeah, I know they're not full, big full size ones. So you can sit at a coffee shop, thumb through that. That's your presentation. But with new partners, you're going through it and they're watching, right? And any of your guests in that room go, oh, that's easy. She's just, we're just reading these books. And then your new partner, the second one, they're doing it, you're in the room and they're doing it, and then they're on their own, right? We've got to help people be independent and going as quickly as possible. So I think this is going to be a really great tool to help with that.
Mm.
And I think they're beautiful and they have great, I think they're really well done. The only thing that I do wish I had was that Tower Garden. I know Priscilla's on here, but we all talk about Tower Garden. So you will have to, and either, I'm assuming maybe that's in the leader's guide. If not, that's the one thing you would just need to interject,
Well, and if you do it at home and have yours there, that makes it really easy.
So yeah, any other questions about the books? And if you want to put in the chat, what you want, I'll just write those down and gather those during our time here. Any other questions?
We used to have this, Am I that old?
I
Well,
remember him
Oh, I
too.
remember 'em.
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember
I
'em.
still have mine. I
Yeah,
still
I
have mine. I
have-
could go grab one.
Yeah, and this,
And I actually made my own leader guide,
Yeah.
I made my own.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, some things come back full circle. And I'll tell you what, in-home events, Eric Worre was telling Jennifer, right before conference or day before after they were having a call, and he's like, because he really gets the bird's eye view. She said he was like, in-home events, people are just craving the relationships and being together. Not that Zooms and all this we're still not using on social media, but the more you pack your schedule with live events, whether it's one-on-one coffees or big things at your house or wherever, people want that. And so I think this is a great time to have these books and really utilize and get all of us in front of people live. So awesome. Okay, I'm gonna turn it over to Kim Cook because she's gonna walk us through some things from the Business Lab from conference. We've got every Monday night from here through December is covered with some kind of recap, working on trainings from conference because they were so good, and we want to make sure that we really implement these. So Kim is going to take us through some of her takeaways from the Business Lab. And I stole some of her time, so I'm so sorry, Kim, but I think that it's probably good to get people to see the presentation books.
Yeah, that was beautiful. I'm happy to see it. So, okay. Hey, everybody. Okay, so one of the labs I went to was a business lab, and there were several things that I really loved about it. One of the things they focused on was to make QSC easy for our people. I'll come back to some of the things because I don't know that everything, they didn't exactly go through order of things, so my notes are not in that order either. But they talk about how to, it's really our job to help our new team to make it easy for them, right? And to paint the vision for them to, make QSC easy for them. Partner plus the first day, connect with an upline NMD, and it gave some verbiage as far as, hey, I would love you to meet my friend Sally, and she would love to meet you to connect them with your upline. Okay. Schedule the launch party and go through how to follow up with people. And it's also our job to help them find a buddy. And I guess I never really thought about it as that, but if we don't walk them through this, we're dropping the ball, and we're not letting them, we're not helping them to succeed. And I think it really resonated with me because it just really pointed out to the fact that, like, we're here to hold their hand through this first part, right? And if we just explain to them, this is the way, this is what we do, and we're going to do it, then I feel like they don't know anything different. So, and they talk about the Express Track, and what they said was the Express Track makes people feel like superheroes. And I never thought of it, but it really does, right? They're getting a taste of success when they do an Express Track, because they're making extra reward, title bonus, and all of that. So, that success helps build their belief. So we want to start them well, through a launch party, friends and family events, schedule a fun event, and get those on the calendar ASAP, right? We need to do it right away. They talk about, who do they invite? Well, you know what? It's people they care about. That's where we start. That's always where we start. And how to invite and follow up. And they gave a little bit of verbiage on that. You know, one of the things they said was, I care so much about you. It would mean so much to me to share what me and my family are excited about. And I love that, because you're putting out your heart there. And then they talked about, who do you want on your team? Because that's going to help them find a buddy, right? I mean, right away. Following up. And following up really is just us showing integrity. And I also like that. Sometimes I know when I followed up, I feel like I'm bugging them, but that's not what we're doing. It's us showing integrity and making sure they have the information that they need. And there was something else on that one. Hold on. Oh, and they talked about, are you not making it easy because you're not asking? And that is me, whether that's an order or whether that's team, like, we have to make it easy for them, right? And if we don't, they're not going to do it, and we all need to do that. So that was a kind of an aha moment for me. Like, yeah, if I don't ask, they can't. Like, making it easy. It's kind of like filling the cart for the people, right? When you're doing it, you're making it easy for them. But they, you know what, when we follow up with them, they expect us to reach back out, right? Whether it's an event or, you know, whatever it is. And we have to do that with our own people. And hopefully maybe those, you know, oftentimes our team are raving fans, right? And we've already done these steps with them. So it's going to come very naturally to them. But some of the things they said were, hey, here's the next date. Can you make that? If they've said no, or even if they're present and you're like, hey, we're going to do this again. You want to do it again? Or we're going to do this on this date, you know, are you available for that? So keep them in the loop of things. Or, and then they went over kind of the ABC close. You can be my customer. If you know a few friends who could be helped with this, you could be my partner and help me help them. And what else? They kind of went over the pain points of what was life before Juice Plus. You know, what was your life like before Juice Plus? What's your life like now? And how you feel about that. And that's another basic thing that I know I've thought about in years, but probably not so much recently. So, and also, what do we get paid to do? And some of the things were have fun, because we are paid for that. To connect, we're paid to build relationships, right? And we're also paid to help them see what is possible. So that is part of our job. So when we take them down the path, then that's exactly what we're doing, and showing them like the compensation plan and all of that. Like that's a big part of that. And then they talked about writing the momentum out. So the first 90 days, what we want to see qualified QSC, right? We want to get them to QSC in the first 90 days. We want them to get to a qualified business. And it was pointed out that that's just QSC and then repeat. So get to QSC and then just repeat that again, and you should have a qualified business. And then repeat that with team. And you're going to be the sales coordinator. How amazing is that, right? It's so simple when they break it down into the pieces. And then they also talked about some of, how we earn, which, we have one-time earnings, right? Through title rewards, but we also have ongoing earnings, sales profit, difference in commissions, right? The 3% in the PV, 3% POB. Once we get up into leadership, business, the BIB, we also have, again, more title rewards, right? As we help team go up the ladder. So that is actually kind of an ongoing if you're building your team. Plus there's a benefits package. So there is so many ways that we earn and benefit from being in this business. And then they kind of ended with, how many people are you talking to? Because it is a numbers game after all. And if you're not talking and asking, then nobody's talking back and answering, right? And they said, lead by example. Don't ask others to do what you're not doing. So that's where I'm going to leave that. It was a lot of information.
Mhm.
Awesome. Thanks, Kim. That was so good. And there was just so much, I just thought there was so much meat shared at our conference this year, and those learning labs. I mean, each one of them that I got to go to was just so powerful. And I have so many notes and so many, like even just some verbiage highlighted that I'm going back to, and, keep looking up and going, okay, getting that in. And I used the cart link twice this week. And it's like, it's so fun to, so reminder, because I had to look back at my notes. For a cart link, you only need name, phone number, and email. Like you don't have to have their address or anything like that, but those 3 things you need to make a cart. But there's just some really practical things. And so thank you, Kim. Questions? Anybody have? Anybody has for Kim?
So say that again, Kim, because I thought you had to have their address for a cart. How do you bypass that?
I just did it today. If you're on the site, just name, phone number, email, and then you go down. I could share my screen.
Oh, that's all right. I thought I'd tried that before and you had to have it.
Now, like I did a cart for a Healthy Starts order today. So name, like the child's name and birth date.
Right.
You're doing Healthy Starts, but you don't have to have the address. They can put that in.
Okay.
So, but you do have to have phone and email. So that's pretty cool and pretty easy way to just go, especially if it's people like this was somebody I met at a booth a couple weeks ago. And, they may or may not be as comfortable giving me a credit card because they don't know me as you might be because you know me, right? So I was like, easy. I can build you a cart. You can check that out, see if that's what you want, put your information in. And if we need to adjust anything, we can adjust it. Super easy. I got off the phone, took me, about less than a minute to go put the information in and then send her a text with it. Right. And then they gave some great verbiage for following up, on carts. Between that and another trainer, I think on Friday, talked about carts too. But, really some simple things for us to use and help grow our businesses faster. Getting people to QSC is definitely, and qualifying their business is definitely name of the game. And I do know that next year's incentive is going to have some piece qualified business to it. So you can go from, and it is a percentage. So it's not like you're competing against somebody who's a 100 clubber. It's percentage of growth is what they did before, right? So if you go, gosh, my club count isn't very high right now, maybe it's 0, maybe it's 1. You know what? You're in a great position for growth because you're, adding and going and being a 12 club and going to the Eltons is I'm not a math person, so whatever number of growth that is, like that's a huge growth. Sorry, Tasha, you were smarter than me in math. I don't know what that is, but so let's hope, but let's also, it's helping people have that income experience, right? Getting them off to that fast start. So I love that they talked about that and, helping people. And in that verbiage in this book, it's like, okay, 2 quads in a shake order. That's how I'm getting people to Partner Plus, in day 1, right? Okay, let's go find 3 friends. Now they're at QSC. If they want to qualify their business, they just double that. Right? Like that's it. And I want us all to be able to explain it that simple and be able to just go out and, have those conversations. We've got to bless a lot of people. So other questions for Kim? Or anything else?
Well, you're gonna have to show me, Kim, because I just tried to do it and it's asking me it won't let me go any further. So I must be in the wrong place. I don't know. I know how to send a card. I've done it, but I always had to have all the information.
There
Well-
is a training on the hub on it. So it may that the gal on Alexis Buselman's team that did this building, she talked about it being on the hub. So that's
Okay.
probably where she learned it. And she hasn't been doing this business long. So
Okay.
maybe that would help.
Okay.
Well, let's do this. I was just going to spend a couple minutes. I would love to hear something that you're grateful for in your business. And once we do that, basically, then I can share my screen and we can walk.
Yeah, it's all right, Kim. I'll figure it out. Yeah.
So-
I don't think you need to do that now.
Okay. You may not be the only one that needs to know how to do it though. So, all right. So I would love to hear, it's the week of, it's Thanksgiving this week. And I'm thankful for each one of you. I'm thankful you carved the time out to hop on tonight. I know it can be a busy week. But as we wrap up here, I would just love to hear what's something that you are really grateful for that, you said yes to this business, and what's something you're grateful for with that?
I'm just thankful for the flexibility when I can't do it.
That's huge. Yeah.
What did
I'm
you
grateful for this
it didn't
community.
come through here on my computer?
What, Mom?
I was asking Priscilla what she said because it didn't all come through.
Flexibility to be able to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just grateful. I mean, I'm grateful for a lot of things, but feel like I'm making some kind of a difference in the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course you are, Betty Sue.
I'm grateful for the community. It's such a great community and everybody's willing to help everybody else. And you don't find that everywhere. Just saying. It doesn't always happen at school.
I am grateful that our company is so forward thinking and that they're always trying to look out for us and help us do our job better by simplifying or, they really listen to us. And I'm really grateful for that.
Okay, so all the things that have been said so far,
Yeah.
and the dang paycheck that comes every month in my account, it's just always there, even if I didn't do very much that month. I mean, that part's awesome.
Mhm.
All the things that everybody just said,
Mhm.
including what Tasha just said, because that was one of the things I was going to say. And then also just the fact that I I have such faith in our company. I don't have any like worries or concerns that I'm going to get screwed over. I mean, we've seen it happen in a lot of companies. We've seen companies close down. We've seen them start up and then we've seen them close down, you know, like I'm so grateful that I said yes to a company full of integrity and, you know, that it has proven over 30 years, you know, 35 years now, and that it's a longstanding, you know, stable company. So grateful for that.
Awesome. Well, that was one of the words I was going to share too, because it's interesting. In this past week, I've had conversations either with my daughter, who has a paycheck from the restaurant that she works at, that he doesn't always pay the paychecks on time. And sometimes employees have had him bounce. And so she's like, I got to get in the bank as quickly as I can because it might bounce. And so to Tasha's point, it's like, we never have to worry about our paychecks. They're always on time. It might even be early if you do direct deposit, you know, like that's like something I've never ever think about, right? And the integrity. We were on a call with a new partner with Betty Sue, and he was talking about the he's been with, and you guys, you'd be blown away with what he shared about what his company does. Like if you don't have that quota that month, you don't, like, he's not getting paid. You know, unless you're those top 15 people. Other than that, like they're not. I mean, like if we should share some of the details that he shared from their compensation plan, it just blows me out of the water, and it just makes me more and more grateful. So I'm just thinking of all the things that you guys have shared, and I'm like, even just in this past week, I've seen examples in personal conversations of something negative, you know, with another company or another business. I'm like, oh my goodness, the core values that we have of the longevity, the stability, the integrity, like we do those so well. And I'm like, we have such a great partnership, corporate and field, that you don't necessarily find that out there either. And I think that's part of, you know, what Jay Martin set up years ago, the culture that he started it with, his vision of this culture is so key. You know, we have the best products, we know that, but it's the culture and, you know, how we get to do our jobs and how corporate has our back, you know, that I think is just incredible. And then you look at the longevity of people, you know, from Sean and Jennifer, others who've been around for more than 30 years. And the fact that we get built into so much and so encouraged to have personal growth and to be the best versions of ourselves, because we've got people who've been here short-term or long-term that are, you know, making a positive impact in this community. So I want you to know I'm grateful for each one of you and the impact, not only that you make for your customers and your team and those people that you're impacting, but that you also make an impact in this team and you make an impact in the bigger Peak team, because you guys are all pouring into your business, you're showing that leadership, you're active. And so you're making an impact, not just down your team, but also up the team and out into the bigger Choose Plus community. So thank you for all that you guys do to step up and to, you know, to work at this and grow your business, but also be an impact to the sidelines as well. So,
And thank you, Kim, for
Thank
all you do
you.
for us. Wow.
Yeah.
Just really
sure.
thankful for your leadership.
Yes.
yeah, I'm grateful. I liked my background, but I'm much happier to be here than working healthcare.
And I'm sure your family is too.
Yeah, you know, it is fun when you look back and you go, okay, your kids are grateful for what you did. So you've got the flexibility. I mean, Kristen's home, you know, like she came home Friday night. So I've got the flexibility to work, but you know, weave it around our lives, right? So I'm super, super grateful that God brought me down this road. So, well, you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving with family. If you didn't tell me how many books you wanted or you've got questions, you know, Boxer me, text me, whatever. And I'll get the rest of those to you guys as soon as I get them this week.
Yeah, thank you. I'm
Thank you.
excited to get them.
Do we not have a peak team call tonight?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
No.
Oh, okay. I forgot that, I guess.
That's
No
why we're
big-
just so free flowing here at
Yeah.
9:06.
Yeah, because I was like, what's going, I thought we, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's
I
why I
would have
do.
dashed so fast through my stuff if I had
Oh,
thought about that.
Yeah, that's why I thought I could add on that presentation book, because it's like, okay, we got a little, we're still done early, but a little extra wiggle room tonight that we don't usually have.
All right.
Yeah, peak team back on next Monday. We'll be back on, and I think it's Betty Sue is training next week. So.
Yep.
All
All
right.
right, bye, everybody.
Bye.
Happy
Happy
Thanksgiving.
Everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.